Morning. As you can see, I'm having to sit down because I've still got my ear infection that I've had for 6 weeks. Today's a bit of a down day and I thought I would do this clip just to let you all know how things are going at the moment. If anybody has a look at the total, it is only standing at £313 after nearly 4 months. I am incredibly grateful for any money that's been donated so far, but I am incredibly disappointed with the total. As you all know, at the start of the campaign I did ask for people to volunteer to do sponsored sporting events. If people had come forward and done those sporting events, our total would be a lot bigger at the moment. When I first came up with the idea of Foggy Does Sport, I thought it was a really good way to engage as many people as possible, because obviously I've only got one dog and he can only be in one place at any one time. So if I've got 4,000 followers, only 12 people can have him in a 6-month, year-long campaign. So I thought it was a really good way for people to engage with Foggy and to do their bit without having to just dip into their purses. You can actually do your bit for Foggy and for ME research and spreading awareness. At absolutely no way did I expect anybody that's got ME to do any kind of physical challenge. That was not the point. And as I've said before, Foggy's got a lot of non-sufferer followers because there's absolutely no point in raising awareness amongst ME sufferers. That wasn't what Foggy was for. Foggy is for telling people that don't have ME just how dreadful the illness is without being bashed around the head with lots of negativity. It was all supposed to be upbeat. Hand on heart, I am struggling with my PTSD and my depression at the moment. Being unemployed doesn't help, and I was using Foggy as a way to keep my self-esteem up, but as hard as I'm trying, it's just not working, and I don't know why. I thought I won't stick to the same format because that might get boring if it's just Foggy going around the world. So I came up with Foggy Does Sport, and I thought that change in dynamic, I suppose, change of campaign would have caused different people to donate. But it hasn't, and I've kept all these thoughts to myself, and there are a few people that like Foggy followers that I've become incredibly close to, and I do send them occasional emails when I've got the energy, and everyone's like, keep going, and I have been, but now I'm starting to flag a bit because I've had one donation in a month, and anybody that's got ME knows how much energy it's taking me to do Foggy. Admittedly, it's only like half an hour a day just to schedule some tweets and do some Facebook and send emails out. Some days it's a lot more than that. And while I've been unemployed, I have been using Foggy to keep my skills up, which I think anybody would do. But I don't seem to be getting anything in return. And by that, I don't mean Twitter engagement. I'm getting lots of likes and retweets and, comments on my tweets. But those tweets aren't turning into cash where they did last year, and I don't know what to do about that. As grateful as I am that people are helping me spread the word by retweeting and liking and things, if you can afford to, please do donate. Foggy's now got over 4,000 followers on all social media streams. If you all donated £1, €1, $1, we would have hit that £5,000 target by now, because people that have donated already have been donating £20, £50, £10. So just to top that up now with £1, which is why I thought of the ones day. I thought it's gimmicky, it's fine, 1 day a week, just £1. It's just unfortunate that the people that are engaging the most with Foggy, not unfortunate, it's a good thing, but it's unfortunate that the people that are engaging with Foggy the most are ME sufferers, many of whom are on disability benefit. And I can, as someone that's on job seekers allowance at the moment, I can 100% appreciate that you can't afford to donate. But if you can afford to donate £1, I would be immensely grateful. The same token, people that donated last year, 221 people donated last year. That still leaves 3,999 no, 3,000 and something. Sorry, my math is a bit ugh today. That still leaves an awful lot of people to donate and help, because as much as I put a positive spin on everything, ME is an absolutely dreadful illness. It's stolen my life. You know, there's things that I can't do in my life because of my ME. I might wake up tomorrow and be 100% fine like I was in my teenage years, but it's the not knowing, and there's so many of us out there. We need help, and at the moment most of the fundraising is initiated or actually done by ME sufferers. The people that have the least amount of energy are having to do the most amount of work, and that just does not compute. If you can do a sporting activity for Foggy, I've asked businesses, schools, individuals, sports clubs, not one person's come forward and said that they would do sport for Foggy. As I've said, I'm struggling with my depression at the moment, and it's seriously affecting my self-esteem, because I'm thinking, is Foggy worth doing? Because you can't quantify how much awareness I'm raising. It's very hard to know whether I'm doing a good job, bad job, and I've had a lot of people approach me and say that they'll help me promote Foggy in the press and things, but the first question they ask me is, how much have you raised? And I say £313 after 4 months. That to me means I'm not doing a very good job. So yeah, Foggy, this Foggy Does Sport finishes in the middle of middle of July. Got another 2 and a bit months to go anyway. And then after that, Foggy's going to Sicily. A lady called Joanna got in touch with me and said, the lady that's just had him in Brussels, got in touch with me and said, we're going from Brussels to Sicily on a road trip. Would Foggy like to join us, and we can do some fundraising at the same time? Absolutely fantastic. It'd be a 6-week edition, but luckily for me, somebody else is going to be doing the organising of it, but obviously I'll be promoting it on social media. But after that, I am putting myself first. After I won't say lack of interest, I think the interest is there, it's just there's this apathy at the moment, and it's really, really does get me down. I find it very upsetting. But once the Foggy to Sicily finishes, I'm going to take a 1-year break. There'll be no in the middle tweeting or anything like that. I'm just going to take a complete break from it, because my life's kind of been on the back burner. I've not allowed my ME the chance to recover, because I'm constantly on the go. So yeah, and I need to concentrate on, don't get me wrong, I'm looking as hard as I can for a job when I haven't got an ear infection, but without having the additional commitment, I need to start sorting myself out. And anyone with ME out there knows that having a commitment that you have to do on a daily basis, even if it's only for half an hour, can be draining, especially when you're trying to think of new ways to engage people and coming up with new graphics and stuff. So yeah, so if you can all get engaged, really, just get in touch with me, give me any feedback. I'm really sorry this is a moany video clip, but I've been bottling it up for a little while, and today the mask has slipped. Positivity is the way forward, but there's only so many times you can. I try to only ask for money twice a day on Twitter, and when you think of how many tweets you see constantly going up and down, 2 a day, I haven't been pushing it, because I know people get fed up if you say please donate, please donate, please donate. But trust me, if I could stand there with a tin rattling it saying please give me some money, then I would do. My social media is my rattling of tins to try and get people to donate. But yeah, I can't remember if I've already said it, but I'm a little bit embarrassed to promote Foggy on media at the moment, as in papers and radio and things, because the first question they're going to ask is how much have you raised? And I do find it incredible. Depending on how successful this Foggy campaign is, there may or may not be another Foggy campaign in future, because it's an awful lot of work. And as much as I love Foggy and I love being an ME advocate, I'm wondering if there's other ways to do it. So everybody better keep their fingers crossed that Foggy starts taking off, because if it doesn't, I just don't know. I just don't know. But I'm just in a bad place at the moment. So lots of love to everybody out there. If you've got to the end of this clip, it's a bit long and I've been a bit rambly, sorry. Enjoy the weather. Foggy's on his way to Australia at the moment. He's going to be at the Adelaide Oval at Emmy Awareness Day. That'd be fantastic if we can get some. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the campaign. Please contact me if you want support, if you've got any feedback for me, if you can help with Foggy's bucket list, or if you want to do a sporting activity. The weather's getting nicer now, so hopefully some people will come forward. But yeah, sorry for moaning, but it's getting really hard work at the moment, especially when I feel incredibly dizzy, and I'm not functioning as much as I should be doing. Anyway, so take care of yourselves. Thank you for listening. Bye.